Hey guys, EBPMAN here. As we capture more and more memories on our phones and other devices in our homes, storing those pictures, videos, and let's face it, even documents has become more important than ever. Now in today's video, we're going to take a look at an easy to use storage solution that's going to allow you to back up securely and easily all your memories. Today we're taking a look at the Lockerstor 4. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now the Lockerstor is a powerful yet easy to use network storage device that can be used in direct connection to your PC or Mac, but it really shines when it's connected to your network. Now when connected to your network, your phone can just drag and drop pics easily, files to videos for backup, all those things are within reach. Now one other amazing aspect of this product is that it can serve as a media server or even a security camera drive. In my case, I have it running Plex, which allows me to access my photos, my videos from any device in my home, and that includes my TV. Next, let's take a closer look at the Lockerstor specs, and then we'll take a look at the device itself. Now, one of the things that enhance the Lockerstor is its connectivity. It has two 2.5 gigabit ports that, when aggregated, is going to give you 5 gigabits. That's 150 times faster than a standard 2.5 gigabit Ethernet connection. Now, what that really means is that in Windows, sequential read and writes with a RAID 5 configuration, you can expect, check this out, 591 megabytes. That's in read. 590 megabytes in write speed. That's pretty incredible. Now from a storage perspective, you have incredible storage options. 4 bays with 2 M.2 SSD slots. It also has an Intel Celeron quad-core CPU that's 30 times faster than the previous generation. 4 gig of DDR4 memory, which is 30% faster than DDR3. Now with all this, the Lockerstor also brings peace of mind. It has built-in firewall, also antivirus, archival, and backup tools. Now in this unit I have Seagate drives. Now this is a beast of a setup. We're talking about 3 6-terabyte drives, 1 2-terabyte SSD. That's a total of 20 terabytes in this small box. This is a great solution for a creator like me. Now as we take a closer look at the Lockerstor 4, there's a lot to like about the overall aesthetics and design of this unit. So here you have some controls, and as you turn it on you have an LCD here. These get illuminated to indicate power and also drive access. Network port LEDs here for the ones that are enabled, and then you have your USB access here. In addition to that, you do have your drives, and we're going to remove one of these drives so we can take a look at the drive itself in a second. But really, access to the drives, and you can see that there's 4 here. All you do is you push the button like this, and you're able to remove the drive. I'll push this button so I can show you that in this drive bay, I do have the SSD that I spoke of. So we're going to go ahead and slide that one back in. All right. And then once you push it in place, you just lock it in just like that, right? So again, this is how they look like, and the drive bay itself. On the side, there's not really much to it, right? It does have a nice finish to it. It has some venting here at the very bottom. It does have 4 legs. On the back, you'll see that you have your HDMI out. You do have USB. This is again your high-speed Ethernet connections in the back. You do have the ability to lock this down, and this operates really, really quiet. So while it has a large cooling unit here, really it is quiet. So you don't really have to have a lot of white noise in your room as you're running this. If you do plan to run this, let's say like not in a wiring closet, but even next to a PC. Now as we take a look at the actual drive itself, let's take a look at this drive. This is one of the drives that we have. So this is the not the solid state drive, but the traditional drive, 6 terabytes. And you can see how it fits in the actual caddy, right? So really easy to set up. That's how it basically opens. It has some venting up here in the front. Once you slide it into place, you're able to lock it just like that. And for those of you who are curious on the solid state drive, this is my solid state drive. Again, these are the 6s, and then this is the 2. And again, all of these are from Seagate, and they're phenomenal drives when it comes to durability, performance, also configurability. So really, they're really designed for NAS. And again, standard configuration as you'd expect from any drive, 2 terabytes. And once again, it can be in place. So when you look at the interface right here, all you're literally doing is that you'll notice in the back, there are 4 screws, right? So these 4 screws align with us, and then you're able to use this in its place. Next, we'll check out the software. This is not intended to be a thorough review of every single aspect, but just an overview of what you can do. A couple things to highlight. First of all, you'll notice that I have the Plex Media Server already installed, and I'm going to show you where you find that. You also then have access control, which is going to give you a whole host of features when it comes to controls, permissions, and entitlements. And then we'll go into the App Center. Now, there's a lot to learn here, or there's a lot to do. Literally, this could become a 1 hour review of everything that you can do because it's that powerful and you have that much flexibility. Now, what we'll do is we'll look at access control for a second. And under access control, again, you have full, I would say, almost like network management or authority management. You can have local users, local groups, and you'll notice each one of these other options and different users that you can add. And as you add these users, you can also give them access to specific functions, as well as, I would say, drives as you create partitions and you manage the platform. Now, the other thing that you have is an app center, which is like an app store, and it has tons of apps that you can choose from. You'll notice that it even has Firefox. It has also either the top apps, latest apps, and you can see how they're broken down by utility, by different categories. You have Asustor specific apps, so you can see them right here. So you can see all the ones that are available, right? And then what you also have is the ability to update apps. Now, this is something I want to highlight that is really unique because I've reviewed other NAS systems that have Plex. So typically when you and these other platforms update Plex, you have to have a separate, you have to download it and then you have to apply the install almost like manually. In this system, as soon as there's an update available, all you do is hit update, and it updates very similar to what you experience when you're using your phone, right? It just overwrites and everything is set to go. So here you have, again, your apps. You can do updates for the apps that you have installed, and you'll notice that all is up to date. And it just gives you a lot of access when it comes to overall, I would say, control of the solutions that you have on the platform. Now, in addition to that, you do have, again, a photo gallery that you can go into and play. I actually installed 2 different apps so I can see which one I actually prefer. Access to an external drive. It does have USB drive, so you can connect something externally to it, which, again, continues to expand the overall flexibility of the platform. Now, the next thing I wanted to share with you is what can you expect from a performance perspective. So I have my YouTube directory, and I'm going to basically create a folder that represents the, just how I organize things, right? So I could organize things by month. So I'm going to put this as my February month, since this is a February video that I'm storing. And this happens to be February of 2020. So this, I'll organize this folder a little bit later to actually indicate that. Now, one of the things I like to do, because it's just easier to organize things this way, is to have numbers in front of them. So by putting an 02-Feb, it just means that the folders are going to be on order. So when I do January, I do 01 February, 01 January, 02 February, 03 March, and I would continue to do that, because then what that will do is once it's in this directory layout, it's going to be in a specific order. It makes it fast and easy for me to find things. That's just how I organize things. Now I'm just going to drag in a Galaxy Buds, the new one that I just reviewed, and I'm just going to drop it in, and I'm just going to say, okay. And we'll see how quickly this comes across. Now keep in mind that this is coming through my network, and this is around 5.9 gig, almost 6 gig. So you notice that the speed right now is going to vary based on your computer and your network. I'm doing this wirelessly, so the NAS is physically connected to my network, and the machine that I am dragging this file from and dragging it to is Wi-Fi. So this is the type of performance I'm getting, and this is going to vary. It could be faster for you, it could be slower for you. It all depends on your network. It depends on also your Wi-Fi, and all those things that are going on, as well as how many devices you have. So you can see just a couple seconds has passed, and we're already at 34% of this 6 gig file, which is, again, larger than I would expect most people. All right, the next thing we're going to do is going to drag over a file. That took a couple minutes because, again, it was a 6 gig file. So I'm going to take now a photo. So this is a wedding photo that I'm just going to drop right here, and we're going to see how fast this goes across. I'm going to say, okay. Done. That was fast, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So again, 3 meg photo, boom. So that's how fast it was. A 6 gig file is going to take a little longer. Now, the next thing I wanted to introduce you to is Plex. Now, I've been a Plex subscriber user since it launched, the very beginning. So I am considered probably one of those that have a lifetime license on it. And it's a great solution because not only does it have the ability to play your own movies and things that you have stored, like home movies, kid movies, any kind of movie, but it also is a streaming service. So you'll notice this is content that's available on Plex that, depending on, again, your location and what you can stream, It is a digital streaming solution that is very capable and very powerful. And again, all of this stuff is actually coming through the NAS platform. So, you know, the Lockerstor, all this is coming through Lockerstor. So you can do news, you can do podcasts, you can do music, you can do movies and TV shows. And again, it gives you a lot of flexibility. Now you can have your own as well. And as you upload your own content, this allows you to stream it directly from your PC, anywhere in your home or even your phone. So guys, that wraps up our review of the Lockerstor 4. This is a great solution for home use, for business use, for just someone who's looking to store all of their files securely. See you in the next one.